Pleiadian moon. If your natal moon is conjunct the Pleiades, then your emotional nature reflects the cosmic empath. Your Pleiadian moon combines the cosmic empath's gift for helping others feel truly seen with the moon's power of creating an emotional sanctuary for them to share without shame or criticism or without feeling judged. This placement is especially powerful for nurturing the wounds of the human experience in a way that feels safe, deeply compassionate, and even playful. Hey, I'm Kellie, and before we dive into the 12 astrological houses, let's do a quick overview of some of the strengths and challenges associated with your Pleiadian moon. Pleiadian moon strengths. A strong Pleiadian moon naturally feels the pain and emotions of others. This allows you to be deeply compassionate and help them feel safe with you. Pleiadian moon may unintentionally absorb and transmute the feelings and emotions of others in an unconscious effort to alleviate the discomfort it causes within you to experience these energies. A strong Pleiadian moon feels soul-driven to heal the world. Your compassion and empathy aren't just personal traits, they're your cosmic and spiritual gifts in this life. Pleiadian moon integration challenges, balancing cosmic service with personal boundaries. So learning to nurture others without absorbing their emotions and offering compassionate support without self-sacrifice. Releasing rescuer patterns, always fun. So this is developing appropriate levels of engagement that supports others without taking over or trying to manage their energy and actions. Now let's get into the houses. Pleiadian moon through the houses. First house. Your emotional nature is the first thing people notice about you. Warm, nurturing, and immediately putting others at ease. You wear your empathic gifts openly. People instinctively trust you with their feelings because your presence says it's safe to feel here. Just remember, absorbing everyone else's emotions isn't the same as healing them. Second house. Your self-worth is deeply connected to your capacity to nurture, which can be beautiful and/or tricky depending on your boundaries. You may build material security through emotional healing work, counseling, mentoring, or creating safe spaces for others. The challenge is learning that your value doesn't depend on how much comfort you provide. Third house. You communicate with emotional warmth and genuine care for how your words land. Conversations with you feel emotionally safe, allowing people to share things they don't tell others. Your challenge is learning to process your own feelings through communication, not just facilitating everyone else's emotional expression. It's necessary to talk about your feelings too. Fourth house. This placement is a natural fit for you. Home and emotions are deeply intertwined. Around you, people can express their true feelings without judgment. Family patterns around emotional caretaking run deep here. Your healing journey involves learning that you can nurture without taking responsibility for everyone else's feelings. Safe spaces don't require you to absorb all the pain in the room. Fifth house. Your creative self-expression is playful, passionate, and emotionally fulfilling. You help others access their inner child through your spontaneity and emotional authenticity. Romance feels healing and uplifting to you. The shadow side is that you may struggle to express heavier emotions. Defaulting to optimism, even when sadness or anger, would be more honest. It's okay, just know that not everything needs to be light. Sixth house. Daily emotional self-care isn't optional for you, it's mandatory. The emotional tone in your work environment directly affects your physical health and stamina. You may be drawn to healing professions where you can provide emotional support and nurturing, or you could simply embody a nurturing approach in your work environment. The trap is taking on the emotional labor for the entire team or organization. Your sensitivity is a gift, not a service others are entitled to. Seventh house. You may attract relationships that need emotional healing or partners who mirror your need to learn boundaries. You're the emotionally supportive partner who creates safety so others can explore vulnerability. That's beautiful until you realize you've been the emotional caretaker while your needs go unmet. Equal partnerships require two people doing the emotional work, not just you holding space for other people's feelings. Eighth house. Your emotional depth is transformative for others. You help people feel their way through shadow work and intense healing. You're not afraid of emotional intensity, and you move toward it with compassion. The challenge is distinguishing between empathic witnessing and emotional entanglement. Fun stuff. You can hold space for transformation without carrying the weight of everyone else's darkness. Ninth house. Your emotional wisdom comes from genuinely believing in human potential and spiritual growth. You feel called to teach emotional intelligence, healing practices, or help others navigate their spiritual journey. Your optimism about humanity's capacity for growth is both your gift and your blind spot. Remember, not everyone is ready for healing, and that's not your failure. 10th house. You're publicly known for emotional intelligence and creating nurturing professional environments. Your career likely involves emotional development, counseling or mentoring, or creating community. People see you as a safe person to bring their feelings to. Just ensure your public emotional labor doesn't deplete your private emotional reserves. 11th house. You bring emotional warmth and nurturing to groups or communities. Your capacity to make everyone feel included and valued helps facilitate deeper collaborations. The collective well-being is one of your core driving forces. The lesson here is allowing groups to process their own emotions rather than becoming the feeling center that holds everyone together. Communities need to learn emotional resilience too. 12th house. Your emotional sensitivity connects you to the collective unconscious in powerful and sometimes overwhelming ways. You feel humanity's pain as your own, which can be both a profound spiritual gift and sometimes an unconscious burden. Your healing work happens in private, behind the scenes, or through spiritual practice. Learn to ground and protect your emotional field as a necessary part of the deep healing work you're here to do. Good talk. Okay, now let's look at some practical ways for you to work with and integrate your Pleiadian moon energies. Here's another declaration to use as a daily practice. Start your mornings with the following mantra. I encourage without becoming entangled. My compassionate presence is a reflection for others to access their inner knowing and heal themselves. I observe without absorbing. Now that's a mouthful, so you can just say that one to yourself or write it on a card and read it to yourself at least a couple of times in the morning to help set your day up. This quick daily practice will reinforce this as a value-based habit and boundary. It reminds you that you can support the healing of others without absorbing their energy or managing their progress. A quick note about some cool resources for y'all to use that will help you track the transits on a daily basis, or you can track them a week or a month in advance if you're trying to follow the transits, especially the moon transits. Many of you are probably already familiar with these websites, but for those of you who aren't, astroseek.com has a great feature where if you go in and just enter today's date as if you're creating a birth chart, it will generate a regular natal chart wheel, a regular zodiac wheel. And then on the right-hand side, it shows you the degrees and the location, meaning the constellation that each of the planets are in. And this cool feature, my favorite thing up here is this drop-down list that lets you select increments of time to move the chart forward or backwards, even down to 1 second and as far as 100 years. So this is a really cool way for you to track transits from years ago or dream times, dream journals, big events or experiences in your life if you're going back and reflecting on them now and curious about the transits at that time. So for example, this one, if you notice here, we have the moon is conjunct Uranus exactly right here where the Pleiadian degrees live on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini. So the last 2 degrees of Taurus, the first 2 degrees of Gemini, right here. So you've got this really beautiful Uranus moon conjunction sitting at that Pleiadian degree. What you can do over here is if you want to track where the moon will be in a week, you hit the drop down list, select a week, and then hit forward. Then you can look up and see where the moon will be at that time. And you keep going, and you can do this every week to see when the moon will be back at the Pleiadian degree. If you overshoot, you can go back for a day. Then you can fine tune your adjustment using the hours. So you can see right here, Uranus goes retrograde. The moon will be back at this degree on the 3rd of December. You get the idea. The next tool, which is super interesting, is this website called theplanetstoday.com. When you go on this website, look for the astrology page. So you can scroll down, look for the astrology view. Or you can just type in theplanetstoday.com/astrology. You can also find these links in the description or the pinned comment below. What's cool about this site is it shows you the planets in our solar system right now. It shows you what zodiac sign they're in and what configuration. So for this date, the 7th of November, you can see that Luna, our moon, is conjunct Uranus right here on that cusp of Gemini and Taurus. So sitting right there on that Pleiadian degree. This is a great time for those of you who want to connect with this energy, to meditate or journal or just track what happens in the weeks to come. I chose this date as an example for the video because it lined up so well for the timing right now. But with this website, similar to AstroSeek, you have these arrows up here that control, you can go forward today and see where the moon goes. So you just keep clicking and it shows you the movement of all of the planets down here, including the sun. So you can keep clicking through this site and see when the sun will be in the sign that you want it to be in. You can follow the sun transits, you can follow the moon transits, and so on. Another cool feature is the pink highlighted planets indicate retrogrades. Super fun. Because the emotional journey of your Pleiadian moon includes working through deep or difficult feelings, releasing other people's energy or emotions, and learning how to set clear boundaries through this journey, you may find some helpful crossover tips in the following videos as well: Pleiadian Mars, Pleiadian Saturn, and Pleiadian Neptune. These videos will be linked in the description or pinned comment below. If you want to skip the declaration and use a more transit-based timing to help activate and integrate these energies, following the moon's progress on a weekly basis will be beneficial for you. The moon makes its way around the zodiac every 28 days, so there's a weekly aspect that you can connect with, the stronger ones being the conjunction, the opposition, or the squares. You can also incorporate the trines and sextiles, which basically has you working with the Pleiades on a daily basis, or at least every couple of days. But if you want to just set aside one day a week or sometime during the week when you feel drawn to work with them, the moon energy can give you access on a weekly basis as it moves the fastest through the zodiac. This is a great time to do any of the following: ask for additional support from the Pleiadian star beings, offer gratitude for these wonderful gifts, or simply release what you may have absorbed from others. Pleiadian moon is a cosmic gift that you bring through from the heart of this star family in service to healing humanity. What a beautiful gift. Okay, your turn. So in what house does your Pleiadian moon live? Or when do you feel most connected to your Pleiadian star family? Drop a comment below. You know I love hearing your stories. And thanks for watching.